Namaste, everyone, and welcome to the evening, again, evening in the USA, evening Anchor the Light meditation. So, thank you very much again for joining me, and thank you again for all the birthday wishes. I spent a lot of the time replying, but I could possibly say thank you to all of you one by one. There's about almost 4,000 greetings, so thank you all. And I hope that as a small thank you, this morning there was a meditation session where we did a lot of chanting. It should be still on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook. It's also in the two websites, so you just go back to it. It's about 5 minutes, but the energy is pretty intense. Okay, so just a small way for me to say thank you to all of you. All right, so as you know, we do this Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Friday is designated as Emotional Healing Day. And this morning we already got started on it, which is we're trying to release any energies of unworthiness, low self-esteem, not being good enough. Some of you go, yeah, that's what I've been listening to all these years growing up. Okay, all of us been there. Either we have parents that were not very careful with their words, or we have school teachers that, again, same thing, they are not aware of how energy works, or we have classmates that were bullies that, just yak without thinking. And I remember one time, and I'll just share this story with you, our older daughter, which is now, how is she? I think she's 20-something years old already. I should know, right? I think she's like 27. Anyway, I remember at first grade, she came home crying. And the reason she was crying, there's this other kid in class that was bullying her in the sense that was telling her, oh, you're not good enough, because she's getting the straight A's in class, highest grades in class. And so this other girl was flunking. So she was saying, oh, you're not good enough. You think you're so hot. The only reason you're doing so well is because your parents are pushing you. And I'm thinking, what's wrong with that? We grew up like that, Some of you who are watching, if you're Asian, you pretty much know that second place is not an option. We were either we received the belt or strong words that says, you don't become number one, not good enough, right? Anyway, so we're semi-strict with the children, but just to give you an idea, so she was being at top of her class. And this other girl was bullying her and all that stuff, and she was crying. And I said, oh, all right, so I was just listening. And later on, my wife told me, she goes, it's more than that. Because when she was in the bathroom by herself, the door was halfway open, I heard her, my wife telling me, our daughter she's just kind of talking to herself, maybe Taylor's the name of the girl, maybe Taylor's good enough, maybe Taylor's right, maybe I'm not good enough, I'm just getting good grades because of whatever stuff, right? All the crap that the other girl was throwing at her. And so when my wife told me that, I go, nobody messes with my kid. You want the warrior in me to come out? Okay. Loving kindness, non-injury. Okay, I gotta remember that virtue. So I thought about it, I don't want that seed to grow. Remember, we keep talking about these seeds. I don't want that to grow. So that night, some of you have taken pranic healing, you know this already. That night, I did massive cleansing. In pranic psychotherapy, basically we understand these are thought forms. And that's part of the reason we're doing this in the deep emotional healing, is because we know where these emotions are stored. These thought forms, emotional forms, are stored in the crown, the ajna, the throat, front, back, solar plexus, basic. Okay, we know where they're stored. It's just like if you go to a doctor, you tell them what your ailment is, they'll tell you what organs are affected. Same thing. If it's an emotional, mental issue, we know exactly where these are stored because my teacher spent, who knows how long, 20, 30 years with the help of people who could see energy, experiments, healing. He was able to map it out where these problems. Where these thought forms of these different emotional, mental issues, all these problems, where they're stored, like what chakras and what they're like. So I knew exactly where this low self-esteem is. I go, we're not going to make this thing grow. No way. I'm going to hit it with a bazooka. And that's on the mild side. I'm going to hit it with a cruise missile if I need to. I don't do anything half-ass. I know her body was only like 10 years old, but I'm not going to treat her like a baby. I'm going to get rid of that crap, right? Anyway, here's my point. So that night, I did massive cleansing. Normally, you're not supposed to use a crystal in a kid because it's too strong. But I figured, it's my kid. So I did massive cleansing that night. She has no clue. I'm just sleeping, been healing, and all that stuff, right? That morning, I was quiet. I didn't even tell my wife. I was just quiet. I said, so, how's everything? So I asked my daughters, so how do you feel? I feel great, Dad. Oh. So what do you think of so-and-so? What do you think of Taylor and what she said? She goes, who cares? I love hearing those. Because that's what I always say. When somebody says something, I go, who cares? That's your problem. Right? So she said, who cares? That's her opinion. Just because she flunks doesn't mean I have to. I'm doing great. And so on. She went on and I go. And that's without me telling her anything. All we did was what? Get the idea? So the secret is really getting to the energy part. Because when you get to the energy part, you extract it. The person might remember, yeah, she said this to me, but if you let the air out of the balloon collapses. So that's why a lot of our students who are a lot of psychotherapists, counselors, therapists, family, what do you call this? Marriage, family, counselors, so on and so on. Once they take pranic healing and pranic psychotherapy, it blows their mind. They go, wow, I could see that, because the hardest part is getting through that wall. And that wall is because of this old belief system, these thought forms. That's why when they're counseling, when they talk to the person says, but you don't understand, but this and this. And all those are what? The stories or the thought forms that are sitting in the aura. So when they start doing pranic psychotherapy and removing all this negative energy out, next session they show up, they go, wow, how come this person opened up? Exactly the point. You remove the rock out of the door and the chakras can now breathe. Clear? All this to tell you, I know you say you've been nagging me on this, and I'm going to keep nagging you on it. First and foremost, remember who you are and where you came from. Because if you don't get that part right, everything else will never be fixed permanently. That is the main root of the problem of humanity. They keep forgetting that they are a spiritual being having an earthly experience. So whatever crap you're going through, whatever good stuff you're going through, all these experiences are thoughts and emotions that the I, the soul, the spiritual self, generated these emotions with this emotional machine called the astral body, this mental machine called the mental body, and it generates this data. That's what you call thoughts and emotions. So no matter how good, how bad, whatever is going on in the world, our response to it is by generating these thoughts and emotions. So here's the problem. If we get sucked into it so much and we get entangled with these thoughts and emotions, good or bad, and then before you attract thoughts and emotions from other people, from the news, from people's opinion about the pandemic, about politics and whatever else is happening in your country, we start forgetting who we really are. We start forgetting, oh wait, I'm the soul, I'm the spiritual self. I generate these thoughts in response to these, so I have a choice to step back, observe, and decide what is the appropriate thought to generate, what is the appropriate emotion, what is the appropriate action. Otherwise, we are puppets to circumstances. Now, you will get there eventually. All of us will. One way is through pain. Because when the pain gets so bad, you are going nuts, going crazy, and finally say, I gotta meditate, I gotta do some spiritual work, man, because this crap is affecting me. That's one way to get there. Another way is exactly what you're doing here, just listening. That makes sense. So before the problem or the stuff gets big, I'm gonna do my meditation, get back to who I am, so I can step back out of this mess, look at it, and so by the time I approach it, I know what to do. Now you decide which way you want to do it. That's why we always say, there's two ways to learn lessons. One is from your teachers, and one of it's from life. Guess who's kinder? Obviously, your teachers, because you're just learning from the teacher's mistake. Or, I've actually talked to some people, and these people are so, I'm going to trying to find a kind word to use. They're so full of themselves. I don't need a teacher, I can do it by myself, I'm this, I'm that. I go, oh, really? How come your life is still a big fat mess if you know everything? So you know what the teacher does? The teacher will say, anyway, this student is not teachable, so go learn it on your own. You'll learn it eventually. All of us do. The question is, to go from point A to point B, you want a GPS that guides you there? Or you want to say, let me go it my way and find out where the potholes are, where the robbers are, and where the detours are. I'll eventually get there because I'm intuitive. Yeah, right. The teacher will say, go, go, go. I'll take care of the students who want to listen. You get my point? So that's why people don't realize you're not doing the teacher a favor. The teachers try to do you a favor. All you have to do is follow simple instructions. And I remember 3 weeks ago, I was in Florida. And I was with Tony Robbins and his family. We're sitting at dinner and we're just chit-chatting, right? And Tony was saying that some people, the problem with them is they keep getting stuck with the past. I really gave them, through UPW, I gave them the technology to do this, this, this. And he was on and on. He goes, what's wrong with these people? I looked at him, I go, Tony, you know what my teacher used to always say to students like that? He goes, what? Follow simple instructions. Because if they cannot follow simple instructions, they cannot follow complex ones. And he started laughing. Tony says, your teacher's right. Follow simple instructions. Point A, point B. You do this, so you don't encounter problems. And if you do, this is the solution. But some people said, nope, I'll do it myself. So the teacher says, knock yourself out, do it. Of course, some teachers, they enable the students by babysitting them. That works for some, but the school I came from, the way I was taught by my teachers, nobody's babysitting. You know why? You are a being of divine intelligence, so you can think. You are a being of divine love, so you can care for people. You can do what you need to do, love yourself, love other people. And the most important part about breaking barriers, you're a being of divine power and will. So you have the ability to break away from your past and carve a future for yourself. The problem is, we babysit ourselves. Nah, I can't do it. Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay to fail. It's all right. No. Exercise your right. Exercise your inner being, your inner strength as a being of divine intelligence, love, and power. Now, I'll share with you something that was quite interesting. I know some of you think I'm harsh, but I don't really care. I'm just doing my job. You don't like it, go somewhere else. Okay? About a month ago, I was invited. I was very honored to be invited to be part of a panel to help the U.S. Air Force in, it's part of it is classified, so I can only talk about so much of it. I was invited to a panel on how to help Air Force pilots not to have as much back pain, headache, and all these issues. Flying in a jet, pulling how many G's with a helmet that weighs, 5, 6 pounds. Could you imagine you're pulling, you're going 5 G's, 5 times gravity, with a helmet that, let's say, 5 pounds. That means you're fighting 25 pounds. That's half a suitcase when you travel. And they do this for hours. Yeah, right? Anyway, here's my point. So one of the things we had to do was sit there and listen to these different pilots. It was done virtually. Listen to these pilots tell us their experience. Yeah, when I'm going this fast and this and this and that. All right, they're listening. And one of the pilots said something very, very interesting, which is amazing. He said, when I'm up in the air and when we're in combat, the only way is first place. Second place, you're dead. I'm sitting and go, whoa, that is profound. In other words, if he doesn't get it right, there's no second place, because second place means you got shot down and you're dead. And I remember when I heard that, I go, ooh, that's a good metaphor. So a few days later, I saw Tony at the, I called him. I said, hey, Tony, guess what? I'm part of this and so on. And I said, hey, you know what I learned from these pilots? They said, there's no second place, because second place, you're dead. And he called me back and said, that's hilarious, but it's true. Same thing with life. We always have to expect the best of ourselves and not give ourselves excuses. And when I heard that, I go, yeah, that's a message I should share, because a lot of us like to give excuses. When you give excuses, you're undermining your true nature. You're made in the image of God. So there's always a way. There's always a way. It is people who give themselves excuses, that's why there is no way. Think about it. How many people do you know that have so many circumstances against them, but they're able to overcome it? But they had to. Exactly the point. Exactly the point. You can do it. Now, the difference is this. You can do it. Nobody says you have to do it tomorrow. It's a process. But at least you have to say, I can do it. Because the minute you say you can't, you're second place. Get the idea? That's why the quote I always use, I apologize, I know some of you wrote me back and tell me who said it, but I heard it in one of my daughter's graduation. And they said, if you have an obstacle in front of you, whether it's a stepping stone or a stumbling block, it's dependent on how high you raise your foot. In other words, if I look at the rock in there, in front of me, and there's my destination, if I see a rock, if I don't raise my foot at all, or I raise it very low, I give up already. It's a stumbling block or an obstacle. But if I go, oh yeah, the rock is high, that means if I step on top of that rock, I can get over it faster. So it's a stepping stone. Translation, it's all up here. That's why some of you who have studied sales, you heard of this guy, really sharp guy. His name is Zig Ziglar. You guys remember him? What did he say? Your attitude determines your altitude. Write down. Your attitude determines your altitude in everything, not just money, success, everything from your health to your relationships, everything in life. It's all here. And so it's been interesting after listening to all these great teachers. And I remember, if some of you have been with Tony in Donald Robbins events, especially in the financial part, he would say success is 80% psychology, 20% mechanics. Did you hear, guys, what I said? Some of you have been with Tony. You know what I'm talking about. It's 80% what? Psychology, your attitude. 20% mechanics. Mechanics is important. Mechanics is like the skill, the technique, and all that, the process. That's important. But 80% of it is here. If you think you can't, you're right. For you. If you think you can, nothing can stop you. Now, I'm just talking about money and career. I'm talking even your spiritual path. As simple as this. I don't know, man. I know if I can meditate. I can't sit down. Okay, then you're right. Go find out a teacher who will babysit you, not me. Because as soon as people tell me that, I can't do it, I go, you know what? You're right. Bye. I'm out of here. But if you want to sit down and learn, we'll teach you. But the minute you open your mouth, you're complaining, go find another teacher. Me, no babysit. Because I know you have it within you. And sure enough, when you don't babysit them, you heard the saying? When a child falls, when nobody's watching, they don't cry. But when mom is watching, they go like this. They fall, they first peek. Oh, mom's watching. When there's nobody to babysit us, we shape up. Because we know I have to rely on this guy. Right? You remember what Tony said? Burn your boats, conquer the island. Something to that effect. In other words, you only look forward. You want to do your meditation. You want to achieve more inner peace. You want to have the spiritual mastery of being able to control your body, your emotions, and thoughts. Even under crisis, you want to be able to keep it together. That is all part of spiritual practice. So, what I'm sharing with you is try to keep your attitude focused on your objective. Because people have this perception that spirituality is like chanting, Om. No. Real spirituality means you are a manifestation of your spiritual being. A being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. So you can overcome any obstacle. It's just a matter of balancing these three. You get my point? So I know some of you are not comfortable. Because I was like you, I was sitting where you are. When Master was telling us, you can do this, you can do this, I'm going, no, Master, but you don't understand. You know, I didn't do this. This is playing in my head, right? And then, you know what he did? Absolutely nothing. He ignored me. So after a while I go, no, he's not babysitting me. I guess I guess I have to get it together. I have just to suck it up and do it. He will give me a task. Okay, I want you to go spread panic healing in this city. I want you to spread this in this on. Right? And then next time he flies in, he will ask me, how many students have you transformed? How many students? Here I go. I got it ready. I have every reason ready to tell him why it didn't work, right? And once I get started, but Master, you don't realize this and this and this and this. Yep, that's what I got. It's like, are you done? Are you done? It's like, he didn't say it, but he was like, he just literally ignored me. And at some point, I had the realization, like, he's just waiting for me to realize it for myself, that I'm trying to convince me, not him. And you know what happened? I got it together. I said, no. Yeah, I'm just giving myself these stupid excuses. So next time, I said, okay, I'll get it done. So I formulated how to get it done, worked my ass off, got it done. Because he won't take it. And a lot of us, that's exactly it. If somebody's going to babysit us, guess what happens? We let them babysit us. Then we give in to our limitations. When there's nobody to babysit us, you become a trailblazer. True? Not true. I know you can do it. And if you're being uncomfortable, we're talking about this, maybe you need to hear it. You know, there's a saying, when you're working out the gym, assuming gyms are open, right? When you're working out the gym, the exercises you don't like to do are most likely the ones your body needs. Same thing. There are certain qualities that we don't like to touch because they are not comfortable. And most likely, those are the ones that you notice I'm not saying you, these are the ones that we need to face like this. So, I'm going to apologize to the extent that maybe I'm a little too harsh in my delivery, but I'm not going to apologize for the message, because messages like this are what put me to where I am at that time, to be able to look forward instead of looking backward. And I'll finish it with this, then we'll do our meditation. If you're talking about low self-esteem, which is the main healing we're trying to do, you're talking about low self-esteem, not worthy, etc., etc. These are, clusters of thought forms, right? They're similar, they're cousins, they know each other. A big part of it, as I said earlier, is one, we forget who we are. And it's because we forget who we are, that's why we give in to say, oh yeah, I'm not good enough, We give into it because we forget who we are, that we have the ability to master up that you are a being of divine power. You are a being of intelligence. You can figure it out. And you have a lot of love, and you can harness positive emotion to get to your objective. Okay? Remember what I just said. Because for me, that was the biggest one. At that time when I didn't feel I was adequate, whatever, so on and so on, my teacher he didn't even babysit, he just says, go meditate. But Master, you don't realize it's go meditate. I'm going, come on, give me a better answer. I was looking for the father-son talk. Nope, he won't have it. You just go meditate. But Master, you don't realize this. Guess what the same answer was? I can just tattoo it to my brain. Go meditate. Then when I did the meditation, then I realized now why he's telling me to meditate. Because when I meditate, when you're in deep meditation, at that point, you're trying to quiet the room down. You make sure your chair, whatever you're sitting on, is comfortable. You want to make sure that your physical environment does not bother you. You're trying to calm your emotions. You're still in your mind. So when the body is not affecting you, the emotions are quiet, the mind is quiet, you get to wake up to who you are. And you start to realize, oh, it's quiet. No thoughts, no emotions. And the more often that you do this, over and over again, guess what happens? Even after meditation, that stillness and that clarity extends longer and longer. So after the meditation, oh yeah, I'm feeling this peace and calmness for half an hour. But since you're doing the meditation, often, once a day, every other day, whatever, you start noticing, wait, I start noticing that it's lasting 2, 3 hours. And I start noticing that even though when people are going crazy and stressing me out before, now I could still feel it, but I start noticing that I don't give in to it anymore. I start noticing that I can stay in control. See my point? So when all is said and done, go back to your center. Clear? You see, spirituality is not doing this to a teacher. The word guru in India means dispeller of darkness. It does not mean go bow at my feet. The word guru means dispeller of darkness. So the teacher gives you spiritual light so you can see that you are a being of light and you can tap into it. So the teacher will help dispel this darkness called ignorance of who you are, so you see your inner light, and you see that spiritual light is composed of 3 faculties: power, love, and intelligence. And you get to realize, oh, I'm made in the image of God. I can do anything. So at that point, then there's no room for low self-esteem. Shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father and Mother, we humbly ask for your blessings. To all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my beloved teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahaguji Mailing, we thank you for divine light, divine love, guidance, help, healing, protection. Thank you for empowering us so we may know who we are and we may be of greater service to others. We thank you in full faith, so be it. Okay, you guys ready? So here's what we'll do. This morning we did meditation Twin Hearts. Tonight we'll do the Great Invocation. The nice thing about the Great Invocation, just like the meditation Twin Hearts, is we use it to bless the earth. And the Great Invocation, you're blessing the earth with light, which is intelligence, love, and intelligence. No, wait. Light, love, and power. Okay. So this triple energy, as it flows through us, it also awakens those 3 aspects within us because it's going through us. All right? Okay, not too clear. You remember in Philippians something, sorry, St. Paul said, I hope I have the right prophet. St. Paul said, I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. Remember? The secret word in that phrase is through. As the energy flows through us, it empowers us. Clear? So here's what you're going to do. I know I had you put your saltwater buckets in front of you. Now it's time. If you had your feet in there, that's good. As you're listening, all thoughts and emotions are flushing out, so no loss there. Okay, when you can, put your feet in salt water now. And we're going to do this every Friday. So if you're going to join us, yep, that's going to be part of your paraphernalia. Okay? And the ones who haven't, visualize, what do you call this? That you're up to your knees in salt water, like you're standing in the ocean. That's a good temporary substitute. Now, if you're going to keep doing this with us and you really have a lot of old energy come out and just flush it out of your system, please have your buckets or your basins of salt water with lavender oil. Okay? All right. We'll make this a ritual. Okay, let's do this. Come and follow. Repeat after me as you focus on your crown. I am that. I'm not the body, I'm not the emotion, I'm not the thoughts, I'm not even the mind. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am that. The soul, the spiritual self. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spark in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. I am that. That is my true nature. Just be still. Allow your awareness to just keep drifting above your head. I am that, the spiritual self. That is my true nature. A being of spiritual light. I am that. Now open your hands in blessing. Imagine that we're all in the big bright sun looking out into the solar system. Just say we are one. We're one with God, we're one with all. We're one with the central spiritual sun, or as they call it in Theosophy, the solar logos. There's only oneness. Okay, look at me. When I say point of light, you focus in between your eyebrows. When I say point of love, you focus on your forehead. When I say from the center where the will of God is known, you focus on your crown. So light, love, and power. Got it? Okay, ready? Focus on all three. Let's chant Om 3 times and project a beautiful beam of light from the sun to the earth. Go. Om. 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 From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. From the center which we call the human race and all the different races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth now. So be it. Just continue putting awareness on those three centers in your hands and flood the earth with God's light, love, and will. Bless the entire earth. People who are sick, bless people who are health caregivers, the leaders, every person, every being. Flood the entire earth with the balanced energy of intelligence, love, and will. Can you feel that energy? If you're sensitive, you feel tingling, like almost electrical current. Just allow yourself to be super, super conductive. Just let the energy just flow through us. Let's do it again. Be aware in between your eyebrows, the forehead, and the crown. Ready? From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend on earth. From the center, where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. From the center, which we call the human race and all the different races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it permanently seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth now. So be it. Just be still. For the third one, your higher soul will be participating, so you don't have to do anything. Just be receptive. It'll happen for you. That's what we call secret sauce. Just be receptive. Okay, ready? Just keep your hands there and just allow the energy to flow. Make yourself super receptive. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person and every being. Let light descend throughout the entire earth now. Just let the current flow through, blessing every person, every being with divine intelligence, understanding, right viewpoint, clarity, mental clarity. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person and every being, let love descend throughout the entire earth. May God's messenger of love descend on earth now. So it is. Just be receptive. Just allow ourselves to be open channels for God's unconditional love to pour down the entire earth. Bless all those people who are sick. Be blessed. Be healed with divine healing light. May all the caregivers, the essential workers, be blessed with healing light and divine protection. So be it. Bless all our leaders on all levels. Open their heart, their mind, their soul to unconditional, selfless love. Put their entire city, state, country ahead of personal wants and needs. Be purely there to serve. So it is. So it is. Just let it flow through us. You don't have to do anything. It's being done for you. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person and every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. Let all be blessed with goodwill and the will to do good. May all be blessed with selfless service, the ability to take massive action to help others. So it is. Selfless service. From the center which you call the human race and all the different races, including all the angelic races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it permanently seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, let love, let power descend throughout the entire earth now. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth now. So be it. Just be still. Let it flow through us. Just be receptive. It's flowing through. Blessings be to all. Let's chant Om 3 times to seal the energy. Om. Om. Now lower your hands. Just be still. Now imagine a beautiful point of light just floating above your head like a miniature star, a miniature sun. It is super bright, just glowing and floating above your head. And just look at that miniature sun floating above your head. Just be still, keep looking at it, looking at it. The more you look, The more you feel, you're getting drawn into it. Just allow it to happen. Allow your entire consciousness and your awareness to literally enter that golden light. And stay there. Listen. You're not the body, you're not the emotion, you're not any of your thoughts, you are the soul. Listen from within that light. You are the soul. You are a spiritual being of divine intelligence to control your mind. You are a being of divine love to regulate your emotions. You are a being of divine power to regulate any actions in your body. You are the soul, the spiritual self. You, the soul, are connected in one to your higher soul, the Atma in you. You, the higher soul, are one and connected to the divine spark, the divine spirit in you. You are a child of God. You are one with God. You are one with all. That is your true nature. Be still. Wake up to your true nature now. Let go. Just let go. You are the soul, the spiritual self, a being of pure spiritual energy. From that brilliant light, look down at your body. You're looking down at your crown, your entire body. That is your vehicle. That's the shell that you're occupying. Just look at it. Now, as we said this morning, it's like going to a car wash. You're sitting in there comfortably and just let the machine clean out your car. So we're going to bring the spiritual energy down and you just observe it. The energies of unworthiness and low self-esteem are usually stored in the crown, the ajna, throat, front, back, solar plexus, and basic. All you have to do is watch it just like you're sitting in your car comfortably and watching the machine, the water, and whatever else clean out all the crap out of your house. Not your house, your car. Okay? So just be receptive. Just observe. The liquid divine energy is pouring down to your crown. Your crown chakra is being cleansed. All negative thoughts, negative energies in your crown chakras are disintegrated, extracted, and fully disposed of into the nearest salt water now. So it is. The liquid divine energy continues to purify your brain, your amygdala, and all parts of your crown chakra now. The liquid divine energy is entering your ajna chakra, in between your eyebrows. It's going deep into your ajna chakra. Any thoughts, any ideas that you're not good enough are now completely disintegrated, extracted, and fully expelled and released to the nearest salt water now. The liquid divine energy continues to dissolve, disintegrate, and dismantle any of these negative thought forms. Just allow it to happen. The liquid divine energy is pouring down to your throat chakra. It's going deep into your throat. This is where we have negative, repetitive thoughts. When certain negative ideas about ourselves or other people keep repeating itself, that's where it's stored. Allow the divine energy to penetrate as deep as possible, completely dissolving, disintegrating, releasing all these negative energies out of your throat chakra. The liquid divine energy is pouring down to your front and back solar plexus. Your front, back solar plexus chakras, the front solar plexus is directly below your sternum, in between your ribs. The back solar plexus is directly behind it. Allow the liquid divine light to penetrate deep into your front and back solar plexus chakra, into the roots, and into your lower emotional body, seeking out and dissolving any negative thoughts, negative emotions, especially of low self-esteem, inability to forgive oneself, or any energy of unworthiness. Allow the liquid divine energy to seek those out, dissolve it, disintegrate it, and completely flush it out to the nearest salt water now. So be it. The liquid divine energy is pouring down your spine into your basic chakra. Any energies of unworthiness, not good enough, not enough skills to make money, career, whatever. Let the divine energy just seek them out, dissolve it, disintegrate all these limiting thoughts and beliefs. Dissolve, disintegrate, extracted, expelled to the near salt water now. So be it. Allow the divine energy to keep working on your crown, your ajna, your throat, your front back solar plexus, and your basic chakra. Just be receptive. The rest will be done for you. I'm not doing it. They're doing it up there. I'm just a guy lucky enough to aim the hole. So be receptive. All negative energies in your crown chakras disintegrate. All negative energies in your ajna chakra disintegrate. All negative energies in your throat chakras disintegrate. All negative energies in your front, back, solar plexus, and lower astral bodies disintegrate. All negative energies in your basic chakras are disintegrated. Just be receptive. Disintegrate, 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 and flush out to the nearest salt water below your feet now. Cut. All negative cords dissolve, disintegrate, cut in the nearest salt water. So be it. Just be receptive. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Let these negative thoughts and emotions, all these limiting beliefs, completely disintegrated, extracted, expelled to near salt water now. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Om Namah Shivaya. Om. Disintegrate. Just be still. Just allow it to happen. You don't have to do anything. Just let the energy flow. So it is. Just be still. Just allow it to happen. You don't have to do anything else. Just let it happen. Be receptive. You are the soul. You are the spiritual self, made in the image of God. You are a being of divine intelligence, divine love, divine power. You, the soul, the spiritual self, are in complete and permanent control over your mind, your emotions, and your body. So it is. Just be still. Just be receptive. We just ask for even higher frequency of healing energy. Just be receptive. You don't have to do anything other than just receive it if you like. Repeat after me. I completely, deeply, permanently, gratefully accept all the divine healing energies now. So be it. Again, I completely, deeply, permanently, gratefully accept, absorb, fully assimilate all the divine blessings and divine healing energies now. So be it. I completely, deeply, permanently, gratefully accept, absorb, fully assimilate all the divine blessings, divine healing energies, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, etherically, physically, and financially, and on all levels. So be it. So be it. So it is. Om. Amen. Amin. Tatastu. It is. Let's give thanks to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, to all the saints of all traditions, all the holy archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my beloved teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahagu Jumailing, thank you for the blessings, the healing energy. Thank you for opening our minds, our hearts, our souls, that we may be of service to others. We thank you in full faith. So it is. All right. Open your eyes. How do you feel? Buzzing a little bit? Some of you got zzz. Now, here's the test. Ready? Be still. Observe your thoughts and emotions. Eyes open, eyes closed, doesn't matter. Just watch. That's the real you. That's the real you. So when you do this over and over again, this sense of stillness continues on. That's called clarity. Clarity is not when you try to put stuff in you. Clarity is when you get rid of all the crap. What's left is the real I. Now your body's going to have some reactions. Some may feel cold, some may feel hot. The simple rule is this. Okay? Energy from below is warmer. Energy from above is cooler. Easier to remember it is water falls downwards. Heat rises up. Right? So when you have more energy pouring down, some of you in your meditation, you shiver. When you have more energy going up, you feel hot. Right? Just like when you're sexually excited, you feel hot. You don't go, I'm sexually excited. No, you don't do that because it comes from the lower chakras. Make sense? So what happens is this. Before we do the meditation, if your upper chakras are a lot bigger than lower ones, when you do the meditation, then more energy will pour down compared to the bottom one. So there's a temporary, what you call adjustment time, so you feel a little cold. Now, if there's more energy from below, because before you started, your lower chakras are bigger, you just came from work, you're like, going like that, then you might feel warm. Now, here's how you equalize it. After you're done, you're going to get up, do your physical exercise. Make sure you're exercising both upper part and lower part of the body. That forces the energy to move up and down in balance. Okay? Don't sit there, oh yeah, I'm blissing out of my mind, I'm just going to lay down. Terrible idea. Get up, move your ass, exercise. Because if you don't, that energy becomes stale. Okay? You don't want to believe me, learn it your own way. I've seen that with some people. The more they meditate, the more useless they become. You know why? After meditation, they go, yeah, man. Guess what? At some point, I don't have energy. No, you have too much energy sitting on you, becoming stale. Move. So when you get up and exercise, at some point, you get the best of both worlds. You have mental, emotional calmness and clarity, and physical body, you're full of energy. You're full of vitality. What else do you want? Clear? So I hope you don't mind the direct approach because we only have less than an hour. I want to make sure I put as much in as I can. So I think that's it. You can rewind this, watch this again, do the practice again. You can dump your salt water bucket down the toilet, Don't use it for anything else. You know, some of you using little containers. Don't use that to toss your salad. Ugh, I mean, yeah. Okay? That's only for cleansing. So if you want to make it a ritual, every Friday, we're doing this. Now, on Mondays and Wednesdays, if you want to put your feet in there too, as we do the meditations, that's fine. But the minimum Friday, because that's when we do a lot of flushing. Okay? So, salt water down the toilet. Don't throw it into the plants. You're going to kill the plants. Many years ago, when I first learned pranic healing, I was sweeping, someone with the menstrual cramps, right? And they feel better. I go, man, I don't have salt water. I saw a potted plant. I go, let me try this. Threw it in there. Next day, it was dead. Oops, sorry. I learned the hard way. Clear? So down the toilet. Flush. All right, I think that's pretty much it. Quick announcement for some of you who are not here this morning. On Tuesday, we're having, right here, we're having an introductory workshop on pranic feng shui and self-healing. It's not going to be on Facebook. It's not going to be on Instagram. It's not going to be on YouTube. It's only through this link. So you go to mexico.org. You have to register. Okay? Now, some of you say, yeah, but why don't you have it available? Because I don't want people who like to complain. We're giving them something free. They can change their life. They're going to sit there, well, yeah, whatever. I don't want you. So we're trying to clarify it. If you register, that means you're serious. It's free anyway. Okay, so what it is part of it is learning the different aspects of how your environment affects you. You heard of feng shui before. But here's the thing that most people don't realize. Feng shui doesn't work if you don't understand the chakra system. Because the way you interact with the environment is through that interface. That interface is your aura and your chakras. So that's why that pranic feng shui class is going to happen next month. I think it's next month. The prerequisite for that used to be pranic healing level 1, level 2, level 3. But the home office decided that we'll do self-healing as a prerequisite so at least people understand their energy. So that night, it's going to be myself and one of our instructors, Chandan Paramswara, to talk about how your aura and your chakras affect you. Part of self-healing, I'll guide you some self-healing technique, and I'll cover the part on feng shui and we'll interface it. And I was joking this morning, well, it's something like this, feng shui has to do with Chinese people, so I'm covering that. Prana is Indian, so he's an Indian dude, so perfect. Right? Anyway, okay, so I've done my job. I hope you learned something tonight. You got cleaned out, you feel better. So that's it. Keep meditating, do your spiritual practice. We will see you Monday morning. Who knows, this weekend, I don't have any class. And you know me, when I get bored, we do service, we do meditation. So stay tuned. We might just say, oh, by the way, meditate at this time. So if you can join us, join us. Namaste, everyone. You all take care. Again, the link is here, or you just go to mexico.org. It's there. All right, and next weekend, just in case you forgot, for the ones who this is too much information. We're having Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul again. That's where we go in depth into the nature of the soul. The ones who haven't taken it yet, you're welcome to ask the people who've taken it how much it made their chakras explode. No, I'm kidding. We just go really in depth. Okay, namaste everyone. You have a fantastic weekend. God bless, and